Hi, I'm Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Take a look at this fun quilt behind me. This is really a coin quilt with a little something extra added on the sides, and it gives it a whole different look. And I want to show you how to do this. This quilt behind me is 50 by 50, and I used 20 batik strips to make it. So if you use a whole jelly roll like this one, this is Bally Darks, and it's going to make about a twin size quilt, so it's going to get real big real fast. So let me show you how to do this, and we're going to use this batik jelly roll, and this is the hardest part right here, opening this up. They're so pretty. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to take 4 strips and we're going to sew them together. So we want contrasting strips, so we're just going to open this up and we're going to pull from different colorways. So I'll take a green here off the top, and I'm going to pair it with, let's go with a bright, yellowy color. And you're going to put these right sides together like this. And you're going to sew them 1/4 inch on the side. And we're going to go to the sewing machine and do that. And we're just going to get this baby going. We're going to hold them out here, match them up, and then we can just sail down the side just like this. Okay, a little more. Now we need 4 of these sewn together, so as soon as I get down here to the bottom, I'm going to chain piece another 2 right in there. Okay, now I'm at the end of this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the ironing board and I'm going to press these open and then sew these 2 together to make a set of 4. So I'm just going to decide which one of these is dark. I'll put the dark on the top, and then we're just going to press this open. We just want them to lay nice and flat. In this case, we're not going to match up any seams or nest anything, so it doesn't really matter which side these get pressed to. It just matters that they're nice and flat. Now we're going to take these 2 and sew them together. We'll put them right sides together like this. And we're just going to sew these together and make a set of 4. All right, we're just about to the end of these 2 strips. There we go, and we'll head over to the ironing board and press these open. All right, so now we have this very fun, colorful set of 4 strips sewn together. And we're going to bring these over to the cutting table. So we've got, I'm just going to move those strips over there. And I want to speed up my cutting a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these in half. And I'm going to make sure that all of my little edges here, because you'll have some uneven edges, because strips are, they try to make them all the same length, but they're a little bit different lengths. So we want to make sure that they all extend beyond our cutting line. And we're going to straighten up that edge. So let's go ahead and straighten that up. Just like that. Now we have a nice straight edge to work with. We're going to make sure that we are lined up straight on our line. And I was a little bit off, so I'm going to straighten this edge out again, because we want a nice straight edge on that. There, so just a little bit off, but you know, if we can be really, really close, we want to be. And then we're going to count over 5, because we're going to cut these the same width as a charm pack. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, line up our ruler, and we're going to cut these in sets of 5s. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to cut a couple of these. You're going to cut your whole strip, and we want this to end up as a square, so we're going to have to add some pieces to the side. That makes it fun. All right, so we have a little piece left there, and we have these other pieces. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew 2 strips to the side to make a square block. So our strips are going to be 2 inches wide, and we'll put one on this side and one on the other side. And I am going to I'm going to use this strip here as my side piece, and I'm just going to lay these on like this and sew several of them on at a time so that it's a little bit speedier method. So we'll take this over here and start. And now I'm just at the bottom of that one, so I'm just going to tuck another one in there. And this is just a quick way of putting on these little side strips. So now you want to remember, because we're looking for a square block, you're going to cut your strips 2 inches and not 2.5 on this one. You might just want to measure to make sure. And then I'm just going to trim these apart like this. And this is a very scientific, perfect cutting method. Looks like I could have got one more on there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip these over. Let me cut this one off here. I'm going to go, I think I'll go ahead and press these actually, and then we'll sew them down the other side. So we're pressing this open. Just lifting up that piece and rolling it back. And now I'm going to sew this piece down the other side. So I'm going to grab another strip, which I should have here. Oh, here it is. Whew, thought I lost that one for good. I'm cutting off the salvage right here. That's all I'm doing, just cutting off that salvage. Now I'm going to take this back over and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and just lay these down. As I sew along, I'll have them right here. So we can just put them on and make another side piece. Again, I'm watching that 1/4 inch. And the 1/4 inch is it's important, but it's more important that you're consistent. My 1/4 inch is always a little fat because I like to see that the peaks coming out under the edge of my foot. So it's always a little bit fatter than a true 1/4. But that's all right. Consistency is what we're looking for here. All right, now we are going to cut these apart and iron them open, and then I'll show you the layout. This really makes a quick, fun quilt. All right, let's press these back. There we go. All right, now let's take a look at how we're going to lay this out. This is fun because it goes together just like a fence rail, but it gives the look of, we got that guy hanging on there. It gives the look of this basket weave thing going on. So we're going to put one block like this, and our next block we're going to turn like this. And then this one will go straight, and then this one will turn. You see what's happening? Can you see it on here? This one goes this way, and this one goes up and down, sideways, up and down, sideways. Now I want to show you this other quilt that I did again, where I used the white. Look at that. How fun is that? Bright and happy, cheerful. This is one charm pack, if you happen to have a charm pack laying around. And the black is going to be about 1 yard of fabric that you're going to use for your piecing, and on this one you have a little inner border. So it's really whatever you'd like to do to make this fun quilt, quick and easy. Coin quilt that just a little bit of pizzazz added to it. And we hope you enjoyed this tutorial from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.